So this is the wife's Audi Q3. Now this is a bit of a different video than you would normally see from me. It's not plumbing related. We're going to be repairing the boot lock, hopefully, on this car. It is intermittent. It doesn't work on the button, it doesn't work on the door switch, it doesn't work on the key fob. However, it will work, let's say 1 in 10 times. So you end up climbing into the boot and operating the emergency latch to actually get the sodding boot open. And now I can't find anywhere on YouTube a video of how to fix this. I don't know, it's because it's quite a new car. This is a 71 plate, but I can't find anywhere of how to fix it. I think it's going to be a fault with the electronic latch. I think. And that's what I've ordered. That's what I've got. That's what we're going to be fitting. Did you see? It attempted to do it and then bleeped at me. You can hear it attempting to open. Even this one won't make it work. The button itself, nothing. So what you end up having to do is, oh my god, clear out the boot first. So you physically have to climb into the boot. There's a little panel which is I've took off because of the amount of times I've had to do this, and then pull this with your hand upwards, and that's your emergency boot open. What a pain in the ass. Right, so the part I've bought is this here. So what I believe is the electronic latch. It's the same part with the yellow clip on there. So I'm going to have to expose this somehow to find out what's going on. It has got like a brake cable on it leading to somewhere. From what I believe, it can be numerous things such as this. It needs to be free and cleaned out. It's got a magnet switch in it or something. But as you can see, it's clean. And it does operate. Sometimes it can be weak shockers. Obviously they're electronic. Again, that wouldn't explain why it opens sometimes perfectly and then others not. I say sometimes, 1 in 10. So I've moved the car because tools are there. It's not like a boiler. You can actually move the thing you're repairing to the actual tools instead of moving the tools to the thing you're repairing. So I'm just going to get some tools in and we'll see if we can flick off this plastic panel. I think it's going to be something to do with flicking these off like that. But a bit more gentle maybe. I'm not actually sure if that has exposed anything other than the backlights, the bolts of the backlights. We'll keep taking off parts. I know for a fact under here is the emergency triangle. Is there anything under there? Not looking that way. Ah, this is always the hardest bit, trying to get the trims off without breaking anything. Under the triangle we just exposed 2 what look like T20s, Torx bits. We'll start by undoing them. Hard to explain at the minute, but basically they're on plastic bushing clips like that, so just popping them off gently one by one and hopefully be able to expose where we need to. Right, all the clips pinged off. With a bit of luck they haven't broke. They didn't sound like they broke, but you never know, so we're putting it back together again I suppose. Yeah, they look alright. A couple of them fell off, but they just slide back in. Thank God for that. Right, I'm going to disconnect that switch, the boot switch, I'll be able to lift the boot up and see what we're dealing with. However, it looks like there could be more than one part on this. That could be a problem. I'm hoping to God it's that one, because that's the one I bought, and not anything to do with this. That's your rear wiper blade, and the part I've bought definitely comes with this cable right the way up to here. It could even be something to do with that, or it's the fault. So this is our brand new second-hand part, as Matt Armstrong would say, and that is this section with the what looks like pipe insulation foam on right the way up to here. But this could also be the problem. I can't see it being that. There's 3 issues it could be, and I'm hoping it's this one. So we've got a clip cable clipped onto it, and 2 what look like 15mm nuts, and that should unbolt off, and then disconnect that clip, and we should be able to pull it out of there and then work backwards, I think is the plan. Bring it down for a short asses. Oh, it's come out. Just flicked out that, nice and easy. Right, I'll leave that there as it is. Pinch them together and pull that through. I think the one's come with a new one anyway. And then we'll undo them 2 nuts off. Now it's just started raining, good. 13mm nuts, not 15. It says 2221 on that. This one says 1419. I wonder whether the 2221 is month of manufacture, sorry, week of manufacture, so 22nd week in 2021, because this is a 21 plate car, and I wonder whether this has come off a 14th week of a 19 plate. So far it looks pretty much identical, like. The part numbers wrote on it are the same, other than the date of manufacture. Going to try it, can't we? Said I was going to work backwards, but changed my mind. Copy the same route as that one. Something like that. Now I've got to try and disconnect this ball off here, which I feel like it's going to be forcing the motor back. And them grips aren't big enough. That don't want to move, mate. That don't want to move. Oh, it's going to come out anyway. Easy. Easy, Dan. Don't even need to move it, mate. Put that in there. Lock that in there. Pull that out, and that's the old one out. New one's latched in. Plug our power in. Technically, we should be good to go for testing it. I'm nervous, not gonna lie. Arms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. My arms spaghetti. Right. Before we do anything, we better check that this actually is it opening anything? Is it still not doing anything? Yeah, it is unlocking. Better check that works, obviously. I don't want that getting trapped. Come on. Don't actually think that locked for some reason. must be locked. Wind mirrors have gone in. It's definitely locked there. Let's just try it on the actual, so unlock the car first and try it on the actual button. That worked first time, perfect. So far so good guys, so far so good. Need the button to press it shut, which is somewhat unplugged, isn't it? It's there. It's not wireless. Don't be silly, Dan. Just don't like getting caught. Locked and unlocked. Oh my god. I'm so happy, please. Oh! She's working. I'm dreading putting it all back together, but I'm also buzzing that it's working. Ready? Oh yes. From what I can find, this is the first video on the internet of how to fix apparently a common problem on the Audi Q3. And that is exactly why I have filmed it, because obviously it's nothing to do with plumbing. My channel is a plumbing related channel. We've done a house extension and stuff. Maybe in the future I'll start throwing out little bits of repairs like this. But hopefully that has helped you out. Now I've just got to put it all back together again in reverse order. And you got to do that on the same day, otherwise if you're anything like me, you forget how anything goes back together. That's all the trims back on. They actually went on a damn sight easier than they came off. It's just hard doing it on your own. You need two hands really, because when you're trying to push this side in here, that side's wanting to fall down, but kind of got it in the middle and just went up, as you've seen on the video. I need to find that cap now to hide that. It must be somewhere in hiding in them coats. I don't know what the beeping's about. The old one never used to beep. Maybe that was a sign it was failing. Because obviously it's an alarm then, isn't it? That the boot's shutting. All seems to be working now. Happy days. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I know it's not been plumbing related for any plumbing viewers that are watching. This is just a video to put out there because nobody else has done it and that I could find. And I just wanted to help somebody out because it is a relatively easy fix as long as you get in the right part. This part definitely came off a 2019 car, so just make sure the part you buy is compatible with the car you own. But other than that, it's a relatively easy fix. There's no plugging it in, resetting any sort of ECU, you know, to program it to the car or anything like that, as you've seen. Happy days, job done. I'll edit this video and throw it out there at a random time. If you've liked it, give it a like. If it's helped you out, give it a comment. And if you want to subscribe, subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bosh!